Today, we're going to talk about inspiration versus motivation. Some people choose inspiration and others choose motivation. At times, we get those terms a little confused. So, did you know that inspiration and motivation are not the same things? There's an argument that they are quite the opposite from one another. Inspiration is a strong desire to create, to reach out and make something or do something that never existed before. Motivation is a general willingness or the reason for an action. Still wondering what the difference is? No worries, I got you. Now, it's all in the way you express it, really. Motivated people charge forward, not letting anyone or anything stop them or interfere with their process. Inspiration, on the other hand, pulls others into your wake and drags them along with you. With motivation, you grab the vision and you run with it. With inspiration, the idea grabs hold of you. Are you getting it now? Okay. So let's just dive a little bit deeper. Okay? So have you ever had an inspiration? Take a moment. I want you to think about it. Okay? Now, you can probably remember every single detail. The time it hit, the idea behind it, and the way it made you feel. With motivation, now that's something that comes and it goes, and maybe you remember the project that it came from, but not the fine details that inspiration leaves with you. Is it starting to make sense now? Good. Now, that is probably the most significant difference, but let me continue. Motivation wears out, and oftentimes it runs out long before the project is even finished. Inspiration, now that can last a lifetime. And it can also take you to new horizons that would have never, ever crossed your mind before. Motivation is like that coach that yells, "Get up! Hit harder! Run a little faster!" It's that push that we need to get over the initial slump or over that midpoint. Inspiration, baby, doesn't need a push. It doesn't need a pull or press. Inspiration is more like finding a new perspective, a fresh eye in a place where you never knew existed. You cannot teach inspiration. It can't be passed from one person to another. Inspiration comes indirectly, stealing into your thoughts when we don't expect it. When we're clear-headed and often concentrating on something else, that's when inspiration creeps right on in. Motivation is the drive to bring creation to reality, to finish the project. But inspiration is the birth of creativity. Inspiration can be a life-changing event that completely realigns your perspective on a permanent basis. Motivation is independent of passion. Yes, you heard me. Passion. Motivation is often the replacement for passion. Inspiration, now, that is the passion. And it's the passion at its most raw state. Inspiration is an idea, a vision that takes hold and never lets go. People who are inspired more likely succeed in what they start. They more likely influence others around them. Being motivated to a task that typically does not motivate others, being inspired, on the other hand, is contagious. Inspired people catch others in their passion and create inspiration in them. So remember, it's easy to get caught up in a dream and then dream your vision, making inspiration the more valuable of the two. So which one do you choose? Even though they are two different things, they do drive each other. You just need to know the difference between them to understand your path to choosing wisely.